this going. This is at the bottom of the page there if you want to try it out while I'm doing it here. This is a 30, 60, 45, 45, 90. I knew I threw a lot at you guys yesterday, and I gave you a chance to practice. All right, here we go. Now a chance to practice. Can everybody identify the 30, 60, 90 triangle in there? It is triangle PTS. All right, so that's my 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let's remember the rules for tomorrow because I am not providing a formula sheet and you cannot bring in one that has these rules on there. So I start the side across from 30 is always X. What do I do to that side to get to the side across from 60? Multiply it by, be careful here, don't get it confused with the 45, 45. Multiply it by radical 3. And then what do I do to this side to get to the side across from 90? Multiply it by 2. All right, so let's go to this triangle PTS. I am given a side, radical 3. It's across from which angle? In the 30, 60, 90 triangle, radical 3 is across from what angle? 30. So I'm going to put it in my 30 column in my 30, 60, 90 chart. Okay, let's see if you and I can fill out the rest right now. Well, let's go right to the 90 right now. If I multiply it by 2, I just end up with, be careful. If I just multiply radical 3 by 2, 2 radical 3. Which now, I don't know if we're struggling with this. Name the side that's across from the 90. Name the side that's across from the 90 in triangle PTS. That's side PS, which is one of the sides I needed to find. Okay, let's keep going. What about the side across from the 60? I take this side and multiply it by radical 3. So radical 3 times itself. 3. Name that side. That's the side across from the 60 in triangle PTS, which is side TS. Oh, another side I needed to find. So I'm halfway home. All right, so let me label it myself here. Let's see. TS we have as 3. And PS is 2 radical 3. Do you notice any other special triangle up there? My 45, 45, 90, yes? Not 44. How about 45? Name the triangle that's a 45, 45, 90. Triangle RST. So I should only be looking at sides in RST. All right. Do you know any sides in RST? Which side? Which side do I know in triangle RST only? I know side ST, which is 3. And that's across from what angle in the triangle RST? Is that across from a 45 or a 90? 45, all right? So I can put 3 here. Should have wrote my rules here first, but it's X. What's after the other 45? X, and now it's X radical 2. And again, that is STS. Okay, what's the other side? What's the other side across from the other 45 going to be? How long is that one? Also 3, because they match. Name that side, guys. What's the other side in RST that's across from a 45? Here's my 45, because here's the 45, here's the 90. So there's the other 45, and it's across from what side in RST? RT. So there's RT. Got it? Now, what's the side across from the 90 going to be? 3 radical 2. Name that side in triangle RST. RS, which is the last side I needed to find. We good, Olivia? Okay. Let's go. More questions here because this is all review. You know you're going to have a 30, 60, 45, 45 on there tomorrow. Anything else you want to ask from the assignment before I start reviewing here? Anything else going? We ready to get after it right now? Because I have certain questions I definitely want to do with you, and I'm going to let you go on your own, get your Chromebooks out, get the answer key out. But there's certain, last time I let you guys work exclusively with the Chromebooks and I didn't go over any problems. I thought that went well, but I thought sometimes you just relied on the Chromebook and wrote down the answers too much. All right, so I just want no answers given right now. Can you do this with me here now? We ready to go? Everyone, all hands on deck here. Everyone's an option to get called on. Yeah, my boy came up. We're ready. We're ready to go. We're starting off with number 2. All right. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're starting off with number 2. Number 2 I picked because this involves a formula that will not be given on your formula sheet tomorrow that you need to come in knowing. Let's get to it. Flower bed. Beautiful. We must be going back to real world math here. Planted in the shape of an arc, circular. So I'm talking about a circle here with a radius of 5. Okay, I think we could stop right there. I'm giving you a circle with a radius length already. Anybody remember the formula we involved with a circle and a radius before I even get into the rest of the problem? And again, this is Emma. Go. Show off. Okay, theta equals S over R. Not provided tomorrow, guys. Not provided. All right, that you're going to have to bring that with you, and I don't think that's that bad. Quick review. What's the theta again? That represents... No. Angle measure in radians. Theta is your angle in radians. What's the S? Yes, now some of you have already said it. Arc length, and the R is radius. Everybody good? Theta is my angle in radians. S arc length, R radius. So let's keep reading here. We're given the radius, right? So this is my R value, 5 yards. And what else am I given? The angle, the arc measures 1.5 radians. So what's this 1.5 radians going to go in for? Remember, it's radians. I only measure what in radians? Angle measures, right? I only measure angle measures in radians. So that's going to go in for theta. And what are we looking for? S, the arc length. Yes, the border. Okay, so help me plug it in right now. Here we go. Let's roll. Here we go. 18. What's going in for theta? 1.5 equals S. Yep. How are we solving this? Cross, multiply, yep. So S turns out to be 7.5. Stop. Quick question. May happen tomorrow. Might try to challenge you. I know. I'm sorry. What if I change this 1.5 radians to 30 degrees? Can that 30 go in for theta? No. What are you going to have to do before you plug it in? Convert. Perfect. Convert. And we'll talk about converting in a second. Woo! Everyone good? We sure? Only formula you're responsible for tomorrow. The conversions are all where? On the reference sheet. Conversions are all on your reference sheet tomorrow. And I believe we put them on top of your quiz too, the conversion. So you're welcome in advance. All right, next one I wanted to go to dealt with the clock. Number, where's the one? 10. Through how many radians does the minute hand of the clock turn in 12 minutes? Okay, so how many degrees does it form when the minute hand goes 12 minutes? How many radians does it pass through? Well, radians, I have no idea. But I could find it in what type of measure, though? Degrees. So let's try to find it in degrees. Whatever it is in degrees, I have faith in you tomorrow that you can convert it. Okay, so let's find out. Go up to the clock here. How many degrees will it go in 12 minutes? All right, well, let's talk about this. This bad boy goes all the way around. How many degrees? 360 in how many minutes? 60, which would mean how many degrees does a clock go in 1 minute? How could you find that in 1 minute? It goes 360 degrees in 60 minutes. So in 1 minute, it would go what? 6 degrees. Everyone, how'd you get that? 6 degrees. 360 divided by 60. Everyone agrees? 1 minute? Okay. So let me just jot that down. So in 1 minute, that's 360 divided by 60. So it goes 6 degrees. Everyone all right? How we did that? Now, how are you going to find 12 minutes then? 12 minutes would be what? Take 6 degrees and multiply it by 12. You're darn right. So it goes how many degrees in 12 minutes? 72 degrees? But I'm asking how many radians. So here we go. This is what I just talked about, the conversion tomorrow. What do I have to multiply 72 by to go to radians? To go to radians, don't say a word. To go to radians. 5, what do I have to multiply by? Pi over 180. And are we comfortable doing this tomorrow? Leaving the pi in your answer. Don't plug it in your calculator. All I need you guys to do is reduce 72 over 180 for me. So in radians, 12 minutes, 17. Thank you. Yep, 2/5 pi. You can also write it 2 pi over 5, whatever floats your boat. Questions, comments, concerns yet? Yeah.
I'm just a little confused. When you get to the 72 multiplying by pi over 180, how exactly do you get the 2?
Because all we did was go to your calculator, 72 over 180, because I just want that number reduced. So I did 72 over 180. Your calculator most likely will give you a decimal. Go to math, change it back to a fraction, and it should give 2 over 5 back to you. So that's all that is. That 2/5 came from reducing 72 over 180. Okay, finding the biggest number that went into both and simplifying. We okay? Questions? All right, another one. 14, going deep. I just don't want you to fall into the trap tomorrow that I see every single year. It drives me nuts. Find to the nearest degree the angle whose measure is 3.4 radians. That's 3.4 radians. Don't get nervous because it doesn't have a pi with it. Don't put a pi with it. Take your 3.4 radians. How do I go from radians to degrees? What is the conversion? 180 over pi. Okay, the pi's not going to cancel out. Get over it. All right, sorry. Don't put a pi with it to get them canceled out. I'm going to do, because it says round to the nearest degree, I'm going to go right in my calculator and do 3.4 times fraction template, 180 over pi. That's the conversion. Don't stick a pi. Oh, every radian has to be a pi. No. Get rid of it. And nearest degree, what's it coming out to be here? Who's got 9? What?
So you do 3.4 times pi.
No. Why you cross multiply? Is there an equal sign up there between those two? Then we're not cross multiplying that. This is numerator times numerator over denominator. We only cross multiply when I put an equal sign in between there. You're better than that. Got it? Okay. Anybody else want to ask anything here? So don't put the pi with it tomorrow. Just simply multiply by 180 over pi and go. All right? In this case, pi's don't cancel out. All right? It stays there. All right. I feel like I should go over one more with you guys. Yeah, let's go over 6. Looks like you got to read a lot, Carter, so it looks important, right? Yeah. If there's a lot of words, it must be important. It involves wakeboarding. How can you go wrong here? Anybody wakeboarders in here? I have no idea. What is that when they hold on to the... Okay. Easy there, monster trucks. All right. Everyone's got their little thing. Don't judge. Everyone's got their little hobby. Don't judge. All right. You were trying to get on him about wakeboarding. Let the kid go. Okay. He doesn't ask which muffler should be the best for, his new car that he's buying. So let him go. All right. Let him go. Here we go. Draw an angle in standard position of 470. 470. Okay, so let's start with that part, drawing the angle of 470. Remember, there's two sides to an angle. When you draw it, there's two sides. There's the initial side, which is always on what axis? The initial side always on the x-axis. And then you have the terminal side, which lands in one of the quadrants. So where would 470 land? Well, I don't know. We go all the way around. I know I'm at 360. Add another 90. Where am I? 450. Okay, still not there. Add another 90. I'm at 540. Okay, which quadrant is it going to end up in? 2. Is it going to be closer to the y-axis or the x-axis in quadrant 2? The y-axis, good. So here's going to be 470. Okay, but again, you need to give me a rotational arrow, right? Clockwise, oh boy. We got the old pinwheel. Yes, we do, yep. Going which direction, though? Nice job, counterclockwise, using your big words. So yes, counterclockwise. Nice job. There's part A. There's an angle of 470. Okay, let's go to part B. Determine the angle, the smallest positive angle that's got the same terminal side as 470. The smallest possible positive angle. What am I doing to that 470 to find the smallest positive? What do you got, Gianna? Subtract 360 from it. Yep, so subtract 360. And you end up with an angle of 110. Should I subtract 360 again? No, because then I'm not going to be positive anymore. All good so far. Then we got to the big dog part, part C, which is find the reference angle for 470. Okay, reference angle. We know terminal side and, oh, don't do this to me tomorrow. Which axis? X, not the Y. So I need to find that angle right there that I've highlighted. That angle. Thoughts on what I can do to find that? I mean, you got to better make sure your answer should be between what tomorrow if I ever ask for a reference angle? 0 and 90. Yep, 0 and 90. Not negative either, between 0 and 90. So what are you cats doing out there? 18, what are we doing to find the reference angle? There you go, stud. And we end up with, hopefully, an angle between 0 and 90. 70. It's a 70-degree angle, that reference angle. How was that one right there? That summed up kind of like the first day of what we did. Is there anything you think we should go over, whether it be from yesterday, you want to try a problem out from before that you were struggling with or you thought we were all struggling with? Anything? Or do you want to just get going on your own? Anything going? Nothing at all? You guys want to get going on your own then? Yeah, hey, back there. When it's in radians? Sure. Convert it to degrees. That's probably, honestly, Olivia, that's what I would. Is there anything, did you find anything? Like, I'll try to do it if it relates to. Oh, here you go. Ready? You want to do five? Take a look at 5B. I think what you're looking for here, everybody, 5B. Draw it and then give the reference angle. Now that's in radians, right? Okay, so I'll still draw it though. Still want to get through everything here. I'll still draw it. And it's a great question too, because hopefully nobody's using the reference sheet here to figure out what that is in degrees. Why am I saying that? You shouldn't need to use your reference sheet here. Pi over 4. Pi over 4. 45 times negative 5. But you can use your calc for that. I'm not expecting you to do that in your head, but at least notice the 45 right there. Pi over 4, 45 degrees times negative 5. Negative 225. All right, so let's graph negative 225. Standard position. Got to figure out what quadrant it's in now. Remember, now you're going clockwise. So again, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. What quadrant should I be in here? Let's go 14. Quadrant. Negative 90, and that's negative 180, right? I'm at negative 225. Right? Negative 225 wouldn't fall between those two numbers, would it? Okay, what two numbers is it going to fall between? So this would be quadrant 2. Everyone see quadrant 2? Where in quadrant 2? 225. 180, closer to 270, halfway in between. What are we thinking here? Remember, hey! These go by 90s, right? What's half a 90? 45. So if I add 45 to 180, what do I end up with? Oh, so this angle is where? Directly in the middle. And where should my rotation arrow be going? Clockwise, yes. Now here comes your question, Olivia. Find the reference angle. This angle is just a multiple of what? Pi over 4. We're done. That reference angle right there is 45 degrees, which is pi over 4. Okay? If you wanted to find in degrees, then go over, but the quick way right there, hey, it's a multiple of pi over 4. What's pi over 4 again? An angle between 0 and 90. Emma, I'm ready. In quadrant, as long as you recognize it was in quadrant 2, though. Because you could have a 45-degree reference angle in any quadrant. As long as you recognize it was in quadrant 2, yes. Then you could have drawn a 45-degree reference angle in quadrant 2. Yeah. Yep. Nice thinking. Anybody else? You're going to be all right on the cruise there with your life vest? Okay. Don't worry. Anybody else wants to try it, they're in the roaster too. Yeah. All right. You'll be fine if you jump overboard. Don't worry. All right. It looks pretty safe, that vest. Other questions? Going? Okay, let's go. Get out the Chromebooks. Let's get going. Start the rest of them. Please do not copy off of it. Please at least call me over and say, hey, how'd you do this one? All right, don't copy off the Chromebooks. Let's go.